Hello there, my name's Gary. Just going to do a short video on the Mustang Mach E. There's quite a lot of videos online on these things, so I won't go into too much detail about the basics of the vehicle, but we got this a couple of months back. We absolutely love the vehicle, but there wasn't that much information with regards towing, so that'll be sort of the basis of what we're going to talk about today. This is the Premium Tech Plus model, which was got the larger extended battery on it. I believe it's 92 kilowatts of usable power. As you can see, we've got caravan on the back, so yeah, we'll sort of briefly talk about that. So there was a couple of different generations of tow bars that we could buy, so I went for the brink version, and the brink offered two versions. I think one was 1,000 kilogram capacity, and I got the larger capacity one, obviously, because we've got a caravan which is 1,500 kilograms. I actually installed the tow bar myself. The wiring, it wasn't a main dealer wiring kit which I purchased. I just installed a universal wiring kit, and the vehicle has operated perfectly well. The only thing that I do need to do is when I do reversing on the screen, I actually have to press the button just to turn the parking sensors off. However, on the memory switches on the driver's door, I could actually customize say position 2, which would then blank out, say, like the blind spot assist and also the parking assist. I could also turn those off. With regards range on this vehicle, with our everyday driving, we're seeing between 280 and 300 miles is real range of what we actually see. I think Ford quote 380 miles, but 300 miles on a full, 100% down to nearest bit empty would be a realistic range. Obviously, probably 280 miles is probably where you'd realistically sort of stop and pull off for a charge if required. We've only ever charged the car at home. This was our first experience of charging whilst out and about on holiday, so I'll run through that in a moment. So on the way down to Hayling Island, it was 90-mile journey from Swindon down to Hayling Island. I'll just show you the screen. So I reset the trip computer before we set off. So essentially our journey down with the caravan on the back, we did a very short about a 4-mile journey to go charge the vehicle whilst we were down there. Other than that, we didn't use the vehicle at all. And then our return journey with the caravan on the back. So this is a complete journey just with the caravan down to Hayling Island and back. As you can see, it's 197-mile round trip. Obviously, it didn't do all of that on one charge because the range, in my opinion, is about half of what it would normally be whilst we're towing. So as we can see, we've got 2 miles per kilowatt hour, and normally when we're driving on the motorway, we're seeing sort of 3.8 to 4 miles per kilowatt hour. When we're driving around town, we can see anything up to say 5 miles per kilowatt hour. Just depends obviously on the driving circumstances at the time. Obviously, being an EV, it doesn't normally, its preference wouldn't actually be driving on the motorway. It's obviously better around town because you've got a little regenerative brake. These journeys that we actually did have the air conditioning on as well. I did turn it off periodically when it wasn't required. It is quite a warm day, it's 25 degrees today. I believe the journey that was when we travelled down there, the exterior temperature, it did say 2% of battery was required for external temperature, so that may have been cooling off the battery pack itself. But the majority of it is driving and maybe charging my mobile phone as well. So as we can see, got 5 hours and 55 minutes. So we did 197 miles, 2 miles per kilowatt hour, which is obviously not very good. For normal day-to-day driving on most EVs, they were sort of normally seeing sort of 4 miles per kilowatt hour, but obviously we were towing. So as I say, looks as though the realistic range is about half, which would be about 150 miles. Would be your maximum range in one shot without charging the vehicle. So the caravan that we towed is a Swift Fairway. So this one's about 1,450 kilograms is its stamped weight. There was also a little bit of load in the vehicle itself, so we had some luggage and stuff in the back and some bottles of water, etc. Came in very handy underneath the bonnet, the front of the vehicle. We did in fact store an awful lot under here. There we are. So a 24 pack of can of Cokes does fit in here just fine. You can actually get 2 head on, and we had loads and loads of bottles of water various other bottles of drink for our holiday that we had in there. So very, very handy space to use that one is. So with regards to charging the vehicle, as I said, it was our first actual experience of charging it outside of home. Normally we just use the AC charger at home, so we actually used the DC charger. I did use a Tesla supercharger. That seemed to be the best fit for us of location of where it was. So with regards to that, we arrived at the Tesla charging station. The battery was on 42%. And to get from 42% to 85%, we needed sort of 54% to do the journey home, because it took 54% to get down there. So we got the battery up to 85%, which was adding just over 40% of charge, and that took 30 minutes exactly. And the cost of that was about £21. So Tesla supercharger price was actually pretty reasonable. I've seen the prices of some of the other places, and it does seem to be considerably more. So obviously it's not a Tesla. It was a little bit quirky actually getting this onto the charging point, because they've designed the cabling systems of the Teslas specifically for Teslas. So they reverse the vehicle in, and the charging point is just underneath the rear light. So they reverse the car in up to the charging point, and it's just behind the rear light, and the cable goes on. However, our charging point is a little bit further along, and we have to go in forwards instead. It does actually mean that we actually block up two chargers, because when we drove in, the charger that we were on was point A, but then point B can't be used because a Tesla, if he reversed in next to us, wouldn't be able to use the cable from point B. So could cause an argument, but anyway, that's how that operated. So yeah, all in all, we're very impressed with the vehicle. 150 mile maximum range on towing, 300 miles is our realistic range of what we actually see day-to-day driving. The vehicle itself, as I say, is very comfortable to drive, very smooth. One pedal driving mode is amazing on this one. I've driven many different brands of EVs before, you know, through my work and through my jobs. But this one with the one pedal driving mode, it does in fact stop the vehicle to a complete stop, and it will continue to follow traffic. So if we actually stop in traffic on the motorway, you slow on down, even come to a complete stop, you do have to press the button on the steering wheel to reinitiate it to follow the car in front again. It's obviously a safety feature that they fitted. However, you can just continue to cruise along with cruise control, and it will follow the car in front. But one pedal driving mode, as I said, not all of the vehicles will actually bring the vehicle to a complete stop and hold it there. A lot of them at 10 miles an hour or so will stop slowing the vehicle down, and the driver has to take over. However, this one here makes driving very simple for the driver. So I've seen this little video. So as I say, it was just to give some pointers on electrics and towing. So towbar electrics, I just use the universal 13-pin wiring kit for a caravan. I soldered the pins onto the necessary wires, and it didn't cause any issues with the factory electrics. I didn't have to get anything coded, and the vehicle is operating as it should do. Thank you for watching.